everybody, good morning. It is Friday, February 28th, and yeah, y'all, I had to take a long break. I don't think I've recorded anything this month, and I am so sorry. But y'all, I think I've said this in videos before, like, there's just times where I get in these moods where I'm like, I don't feel like recording, I don't feel like doing, any content, just because, like, life, it is, hard trying to find time to do the videos, and then it's like, okay, well, I gotta find something to talk about, and all those things. And it's cold outside. I think that has a lot to do with the season. I'm just like, I just don't have the energy. So hopefully, with the weather getting warmer and spring around the corner, then that'll put me in a mood to start being more consistent, because it'll be warmer outside, I'll have more energy and all the things, okay? But hello, welcome, thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. Welcome to the Jesus and Coffee Conversations family. I am so excited to have you all as part of my Jesus Coffee Conversations family. And hopefully you guys can hear me. I have my AirPods in today, and hopefully that'll help with the car static as I'm driving, because the phone is in my little camera holder. And a lot of times when I record in my car, it makes a lot of noise and it's hard to hear me. So hopefully that is not the case for today's video, which is not going to be long, because I'm on my way to work. And yeah, so y'all, I wanted to, as you know, I do talk about politics on this channel. And there's a lot going on that I am just like, I gotta talk about it. I gotta get it off my chest. So one of the things being this whole DEI thing, okay? Some of y'all not gonna like what I have to say. If you don't know, I am conservative. I've always been conservative just because I was raised as a Christian, and the Democratic Party just has a lot of policies and things that just go against God and the Bible, and I just cannot vote for that, because when you vote Democrat, you are voting to terminate babies, you are voting for same-sex marriages, you are voting for children to be able to change their gender at 4, 3, 2, however, whenever they can start talking and say they think there's something else. You might not see it that way, but that is reality. Like, that is what you are voting for, and all of that is what God is against. And I'm just like, I cannot vote for that, right? And I'm not saying the other side is perfect, it's the same bird, but at least they're not the side that are pushing all of these crazy things, okay? But anyway, back to the whole DEI thing. So I completely am in support for getting rid of DEI. Yes, I am African American, but I don't base stuff off of my skin color. I actually look at the details. I do my research, and I am also an American. So I believe that things should be America first, okay? So with DEI, you have this whole boycott or economic blackout, whatever they are calling it, going on today, which I will not be participating in. As a matter of fact, I got to go to Target after work. And it's stupid, okay? It's just stupid. People are quick, and when I say especially black people, are quick to jump on a bandwagon, are quick to holler out about something being racist without doing a lick of their own research. They just go off of what the Democrats say, they just go off of what the media says, and they don't look into the facts or the details. You have pastors like Javon Bryant in the pulpit. Y'all, if you don't know how I feel about him, he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. You have him in the pulpit, pumping his congregation up, not talking about God, and then he's up there twisting scripture. These people are black before they're Christian. And at the end of the day, the last time I checked, Jesus died so that I'm not oppressed. I don't see why everybody keeps saying, oh, we're oppressed, we can't do this, we can do whatever we want to do, especially if you are a child of God. I am a child of God. There is nothing off limits to me. So I don't care who is in the White House. God is going to take care of me and my family. But you have him in the pulpit talking about, how Target, and and this, I don't know where people got this from. Target at no point in time said that they were going to stop selling black-owned products in their stores. They never said that they were going to cut contracts with their black business owners. Walmart never said they were going to stop selling black-owned products. Amazon never said they were going to stop selling black-owned products. I don't know why people think, oh, because they're getting rid of DEI, that means they're going to get rid of all the black-owned products. No, that's not what that means. DEI is basically where they are forced, kind of like affirmative action, where they are forced to hire somebody because they're black, or because they're white, or because they're Asian, or because they're a woman, or because they're a man, or because they're bisexual or transgender, or they got to check off these boxes. And companies are like, that forces us to hire people who are not qualified for the job, but we have to hire them because we have to check off a box. That is what DEI was making them do. Now, because Trump is like, okay, we're going to get rid of DEI because you need to hire people that are actually qualified for the job. Because I've been in plenty of places where there's a lot of black people, and when I tell you that it's ghetto, it's ghetto. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. Go to Dollar Tree, where there's a bunch of black people in there. The store is dirty. The workers in there cussing. The workers in there got all this loud music playing. You go to Walmart is raggedy sometimes. So they're saying, okay, we're going to start hiring people that are actually qualified to do the job. If I hire a plumber to fix whatever I need fixed, I don't care what his skin color is. I don't care what his faith is. I don't care who he's having sex with. I want to know, can you fix my problem? And if you can't, then I'm going to get rid of you, and I'm going to get somebody who is qualified to fix my problem. I'm hiring you to fix whatever I need fixed. So that is what DEI is. And people are in this uproar because, like I said, they don't do a lick of research, and they're just listening to the media. And the media, they go off of your feelings and your emotions. They always bring up race because they know that's a touchy subject for black people. Slavery and all that stuff. So then they get y'all hyped up on that. And now you're thinking, oh yeah, we got to boycott Target. We got to boycott Walmart. We got to boycott Amazon. We got to don't spend any money today because they trying to get rid of DEI. And DEI was not benefiting black people at all. The only people, and I've said this before, who benefits from Democratic policies are people in the alphabet community and anybody who is not black. People been voting Democrat, 50 plus years, and still doing the same song and dance, but will still continue to vote Democrat. You have Trump, who the man is doing what I hired him to do. Okay, yes, I voted for him twice. Actually, did I do it 3 times? However many times he ran, yeah, I voted for him because he is about putting America first. He wasn't a racist until he ran to be president, and he was running as a conservative instead of a Democrat. Then all of a sudden, they was, oh, he's racist, he's Hitler, he's this, he's that. And it's like, why? Because he's actually saying, look, the government is corrupt and we need to clean house. We need to take the funding from the Department of Education. And I'm a teacher. And I am in full agreement with everything that he's doing when it comes to education, because the education system is a mess. You have the superintendent and all these other people that are padding their pockets, making 6 figures or more. And the children are not really learning anything. You have all these behavior problems and all this stuff, and there's some things that it's like, okay, they're cutting funding for, certain things that actually, help students and stuff like this. But at the end of the day, if you're coming into a position and you need to clean house, you have to you gotta gut it from the inside out in order to start over and in order to build it the way that it's supposed to be built. So when Elon Musk said, it's going to be uncomfortable for a while and, all this stuff, yeah, it is going to be uncomfortable. It is going to seem like, okay, they don't know what they're doing and all this stuff is going to start happening, blah, blah, blah. But it's because they have to get rid of the garbage first. They can't just go in there and just start building. They got to get rid of the people that are the problem. They got to get rid of the policies and all the other stuff that's the problem. And then they got to start over. So, all these pastors up there in the pulpit, wolves in sheep's clothing, talking about, yeah, we got to boycott. And Jamal Bryant has secular music playing all in the church. And the congregation going wild, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all, it pissed me off, for lack of a better word. It pissed me off because I'm like, y'all supposed to be up here talking about how it doesn't matter what's happening in the world. God is still in control. God is still going to take care of us. Not sitting there calling people coons because we actually do research and we took the blinders off and left the Democrat plantation. I was never on the Democrat plantation, but there's a lot of people that were, and they got off. Like, people, the ignorance that people have is astounding to me. And I can't remember who said, it might have been Frederick Douglass, I can't remember. But when he was like, if you don't want a slave to learn, put it in, something like that. If you don't want a slave to learn, or you don't want people to learn, put it in a book. Or you don't want somebody to know something, put it in a book. And that's true. Because I've had conversations with people over this whole DEI thing, and they are, and even the Department of Education thing. And y'all, they just going off of what Jamal Bryant said, what William Dow said, what CNN said, what MSNBC said, what Joy Reid said. Thank God she lost her show, and I hate to be that way. Like, I'm sorry that she lost her job, but she was up there spitting stuff that, y'all, it's just ridiculous, okay? It's absolutely ridiculous that people just don't research anything. And then when you have a conversation with them, it's always emotionally charged. Always. I can ask a straight question. Okay, tell me one thing that you agree with Kamala Harris about. Do you think they can tell me anything? They can't tell me nothing. Oh, but she was gonna be the first black female president. First of all, she ain't even black. The lady's Indian. She gonna be the first black female president. And she went to Howard. Okay, good for her. I don't care if she went to Harvard. Tell me one thing that woman said that she was going to do that was going to benefit black people. Because last time I checked in the interview, she said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything that's only going to benefit black people. But she was quick to tell you all the things she was going to do for the alphabet community. She was quick to tell you what she was going to do for women that want to murder their babies. She was quick to tell you what she was going to do for children that wanted to transition. So, when it comes to the DEI, yes, I am in favor of them getting rid of that. Absolutely. And at no time, like I said, did they say that they were going to cut ties and stuff with black business owners. They never say that. Even Tabitha Brown herself, who has products in Target, said there's no reason to boycott. They're not getting rid of black products. But since you guys want to boycott so bad, let me see y'all support all these black-owned businesses. Because y'all be quick to support everybody that is not black. Now, all of a sudden, because Black History Month, now y'all want to be like, oh, yeah, we got to support. And, black businesses and blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. Then the next thing I want to talk about, immigration. Yes, get rid of people that are here illegally. Absolutely. And people want to say, oh, they're going to schools and they're taking children away from their families. And, all this, because they're here illegal. It is a crime to enter any country illegally. I can't say, okay, I'm going to go to Ireland or Italy or Africa, and I'm going to just start living there, working there with no visa, no papers, no nothing. If they find out, they're going to throw me in prison, or they're going to ship me back to America and say, no, ma'am, you need to go through the process and come here legally, because we have to protect our citizens. So it's the same thing. And yes, it's sad that the children have to suffer, but even the Bible says the children have to take on the sins of their father. Their parents knew they were coming in this country illegally. Their parents knew they were committing a crime, but did they care? No, they went through with it anyway. You got all these children missing at the border because their parents are just sending them over here with these coyotes and people. When Trump said that, oh, he's talking about animals. A coyote are the people, are human beings that enter this country illegally. They're sneaking people into the country illegally. So you have that going on, and all these children missing. Nobody wants to talk about where the children are going. But you want to holler out, no, they need to stay. Like, no, if you are here illegally, then you need to leave. And people who are immigrants that went through the process are saying the same thing. They're like, we had to go through the process. Y'all need to go through the process. It is a crime. You have people protesting to protect criminals that enter this country illegally, that are taking things away from you. They're taking your jobs. But yeah, it's a problem because we're saying, nope, you need to go back to where you came from. And then if you want to come here, you need to do it the right way. Yeah, I'm sorry, you got to take your kids out of school and all that stuff, and they got to start over, and they don't know people in Mexico, wherever you're from, Guatemala, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. But you need to go through the process. You have to come here legally. Then you got Selena Gomez, fake tear crying. These people are actors, okay? They get paid to act. She up there crying, allegedly, because you can call it crying if you want to, about the children that are being deported. You have this outcry and outrage about that. But I came across 2 stories with Black children that were being horribly mistreated. And I don't hear no celebrities crying over them. I don't hear nobody on CNN talking about them. 3 kids whose mama left them for years. And I don't know how they got found, but I think somebody I think it was a post office worker. Somebody did like a, what you call those? Where they did like a, the landlord did a wellness check, because I think he was like, the rent had been paid after some time or whatever. And they go in there, the house was filthy, okay? You see the animals that are in, these less desirable living conditions. It was worse than that. The children can barely walk because their toenails had grown so long. And they were Black. But you don't hear nobody boo-hoo crying about them. They're American and they're Black. But don't nobody care. You got this boy whose mama was beating on him for no reason. Like calling him names and, all this stuff. CSI saw the video because she went live. And, they came and took the kids away or whatever. You don't hear nobody talking about that. You don't hear nobody crying about that. Where's the outlet? Where's the outcry and stuff about that? Oh, they're Black and they're American, so we don't care. But let him have been not Black. Everybody would have been talking about it. So it frustrates me when you have people that just want to talk about, politics and all this stuff from an emotionally charged place instead of a logical space. Because if you really sit back and you really think about it, you'll say, you know what? Why are we boycotting? Because when I did my research, this is what DEI really means, and this is what Target said, and it has nothing to do with what everybody else is saying that it means. So they play on Black people's ignorance because they know Black people not gonna research nothing. And then you have white people talking about their kids are in good schools. Yeah, they'll sit and say, all this stuff about the alphabet community, but they not gonna let their child transition, but they want yours to. So I was fine. I don't go around pushing my beliefs and stuff on people. If you do what you want to do, if you want to have sex with a man, then you do that. That at the end of the day, that don't got nothing to do with me. But when you start trying to say you have to agree with this, that's when I have a problem. Because no, I don't. Just because I don't agree with it does not mean that I hate you as a human being. It does not mean that I have a problem with you. I don't agree with it. It goes against what the Bible says. And I'm not saying, you know, that I'm perfect and I don't mess up and I don't say that is not what I'm saying at all. Because at the end of the day, we all fall short. We all miss it somewhere at some point down the line. But I'm not going to come into agreement with your delusion and call you a man when you really a woman and call you a woman when you really a man. And I don't want you in the bathroom with me if you are a biological man. There is no cis nothing. It's biological men and biological women. And people get mad because it's the truth. And the truth hurts. And people want to say, oh, what would Jesus see? Jesus would be telling people you need to get out your sin. Now, he wouldn't be name calling or bashing or nothing like that, but he's not going to go along with it either if it's into your delusion. Matter of fact, he cast them demons right out of you. But you have Christian, oh, we're supposed to be loving. You loving people all the way to hell. That's what you're doing. And then you got all these flags. And some of them flags stand for pedophiles. So you showing solidarity for pedophiles because you don't know what a flag means. You just know it's part of the alphabet community because you know they're adding all this stuff on there. They're going to be putting bestiality up their nets. You got all these flags that don't have a clue what they mean. But you trying to be inclusive. You trying to show support. But you don't know you're supporting pedophiles. Y'all, I cannot. The foolishness, I cannot. And I think I might change gears with my channel on how I want it to go. I am going to start backing everything up that I'm saying with scripture and facts and all this stuff. But I'm telling you now, research for yourself. And stop sitting around listening and get your information from everybody else and one-sided information, and then you getting all in your emotions and your feelings, and you just going along with the flow and going along with what they say, but you can't tell nobody not one thing about what something means or what something stands for and all this other stuff. Okay, anyway, I'm at work. I gotta go. Have a great day.